My name is Ashley Vidmar, and I teach 10th and 12th grade English at Ridgefield High School. This is my 10th year of teaching, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience with teaching and this pandemic. So back in March, it was maybe the second week of March, there was this atmosphere of just general uncertainty. I think every day that we came into the building kind of felt like borrowed time. I think we all knew that we would eventually be out of class, and it was just taking it one day at a time. I know that everyone kind of felt uneasy. We were doing a lot of cleaning of classrooms. The custodians were wonderful with cleaning every night and during the day, but even between classes we were cleaning desks and just encouraging hand washing and hand sanitizing, and just this general fear of getting sick and not really knowing when the next time we would see each other would be. And I know that every night I was taking home all of my stuff because I didn't know if I would be back the next day. And then we had professional development on a Thursday, so the students had a half day and teachers were staying for the second half of the day to do professional development. And we created 2 weeks worth of emergency work. And I think we knew at that point that it would be really soon. So that night is when we got the call that we would be out of school. I think what they initially said would be that we would be out for 2 weeks. And then of course the information was passed down that we would be out until April 20th. And then of course April 20th became May 20th, and then May 20th became the rest of the school year. I do think as soon as we went out, the first time I think everyone kind of knew that we wouldn't be back. And there's a lot of feelings that come along with that as well. It was just scary and uncertain and sad. I get the English department, especially Ridgefield, all the departments are really close. I happen to work in the English department, so I can only speak to the English department, but we are extremely close. We're a tight-knit group of individuals, and we really care about our students. So I think we were all sad not to see each other. We were really sad not to see our students. And most especially seniors, my 2 senior classes, I'm heartbroken that I won't see them. I know I'll see them again eventually. I know they'll come back to visit, but just not getting to do all those things with the senior class that I like to do with them and that they want to do with each other. Last year I was the class advisor for the class of 2019. So with that, I organized prom and senior banquet, and I went to graduation. And obviously I remember from my own days as a senior in high school how important that time is, and I just can't imagine not getting that. And parents too. I think about my nephew who will be a senior next year, and I hope that this is it. I hope that this pandemic will end soon. But there is that fear, will this come back next year, and will my nephew not get those experiences? And I think when I really think about him, it just drives home that point, that parents don't get this opportunity to see their kids graduate, to see their kids walk across that stage. And even other things that we don't think about. Traditionally with seniors, a lot of seniors they've been playing a sport, let's say, for their entire lives, and they don't get to have their senior season, and they don't get to have senior night where their parents escort them across the field of the court. And that makes me really sad, especially, like I said, just kind of putting myself in the shoes of those parents and those students. So as far as online teaching goes, it's been someone described it the other day as building a plane on the runway. And that is an absolutely wonderful way to describe it. It really has been building the plane on the runway. But I've been so incredibly impressed with students, just their desire to kind of figure this out with us and be very honest about their experiences and how this has been hard for them, and how some things that they like about this as well. So it's definitely been tough, but there are so many positive things that I think I could say about my experiences with students during this time, and that's definitely where I want to focus. I got a lot of really great messages from seniors just about how much fun they had in class. I had a lot of fun on calls with students when we were trying to interact in these virtual environments. Sometimes we would just spend 5 or 10 minutes just checking in and seeing how people were doing. And I always try to ask them what they were doing to stay positive in all of this, because I think it's good to try to remember that this is a really unique experience for all of us, and our mental health is really important. So we would just talk about that a lot for the first few minutes of class before we would get into the nitty-gritty of class. Students were reporting back that they were enjoying spending time with their parents and their siblings, and most especially their pets. I heard a lot about pets. They reported that they were doing a lot of walking and other physical activities to stay busy. I know that I've kind of been doing the same thing, but definitely focusing on that mental health piece. I think for them to see us as humans and us to recognize that they're humans has been so important, and something that I can take from this experience that has been positive. As for the just general teaching aspect, I think we've had to really adjust, and Ridgefield has the most incredible group of teachers that I've ever worked with. And I just feel really blessed to have worked with such a wonderful group of people who have really rallied around students and rallied around each other to share materials, to share tips and techniques and things that worked and things that didn't work. Administration has been wonderful, central office, and just giving us the tools that we needed to execute this as best as we possibly could, and just a general sense of understanding that people have children and pets. My dog really enjoys barking during class. I call him my coworker, so he's not always compliant with what I'm trying to do. But people have children popping into videos, and just everyone being so understanding and sharing and caring about one another. But just typically we'll give students assignments to work on, and we can talk about them and teach them in class. We've also, I really have to commend teachers for doing a lot of one-on-one work. There are just some individuals who do better with this than others, and those others might need just an additional ear. So just a lot of, one-on-one calls with students to kind of help them figure out how to navigate an assignment, or how to navigate Google Classroom, or how to navigate just what's going on. A lot of students, as I said earlier, just want to talk. They just want to talk about what they're experiencing. And I think that that's also a huge part of the educational process, not just reading Shakespeare. We are finishing out the year with Shakespeare actually in my sophomore class right now. And, that's a challenge. It's a challenge to give students a book a play that is challenging in and of itself, and to say, here, do this at home. So I think we're all just doing the absolute best we can. And we're very forgiving of ourselves and of each other. And the community has been incredible. And I really am so proud to belong to such an incredible community of students and teachers and professionals, and everyone has been wonderful. We've also been doing a lot of professional development. Friday is a great opportunity to do that. So just kind of getting together as a group and talking about, hey, this is what I'm doing that's really, really working, or this is what I'm doing that's not working. Can anyone help me out? So Tim Salem, the principal of Scotts Ridge, just did a great chat with us district-wide on Friday, and we all kind of shared things with him that were working or maybe weren't working, and just flying by the seat of our pants. But I just am so impressed with how everyone that works or is involved with the school in some sort of way, parents, students, teachers, general support staff, has kind of just really stepped up to the plate. And I hope that this doesn't continue in the fall, but there's a possibility it might. And I just think that we've learned so many valuable lessons from kind of being thrown to the fire now, that I think we'll be better equipped to handle it if it does come back. And again, I'm hoping it doesn't. And I'm hoping that we get those experiences to the seniors that they deserve. I know that we're planning a lot of really cool graduation options, and I know that the class of 2020, as much as they were robbed of some of the experiences that your normal senior would get, I think it's going to mean something when you say that you're part of the class of 2020. It's going to mean that you're resilient and that you are unique. And I hope we find a way to make those seniors feel special as they deserve to feel. So I think that's probably the most important thing that I would really drive home about my experiences at the high school during this is just how wonderful the class of 2020 has been. And I congratulate each and every one of them on completing their high school careers. It's a huge accomplishment. And to everyone else, I hope that you all stay safe and that you are healthy and that we come out of this on the other side with a brand new appreciation of what it means to be human. Thank you.